Peace and blessings. Welcome to Dominus Mentality. My name is Sharon, and today I just want to talk about a couple of things. Emotional triggers. Emotional triggers. A lot of people allow their emotions to supersede their intelligence. And emotions are real, our feelings are valid. But a lot of times we got to remember that our feelings are also temporary. We don't always feel how we feel in that moment. And sometimes if we allow our emotions to take over, we may do something that we may regret in the future. Some common emotional triggers that I witness people struggle with is number one, loneliness. When you feel lonely, you may not have a companion, you may not have a soulmate, you may even lack friends, you may lack a social network. And because of these things, you may find yourself just in the home alone watching TV, just, kind of sitting around. And, before you know it, you feel bored. Before you know it, you feel like maybe doing some things you shouldn't do, or you seek company from people you maybe should not seek company from. So loneliness is very, very big, huge. Again, a lot of people deal with this, that feeling of being lonely. And unfortunately, the feeling of being lonely has caused people, again, to have sexual encounters with people that wasn't really for them, caused people to, again, put themselves around people, places, and things that may be unhealthy and may be negative, all because they were lonely. Even when it comes to, drug addiction, feeling lonely and feeling bored is a big reason why people abuse and use drugs and alcohol. Another big emotional trigger is anger. And, first, let me be honest. Anger is a natural emotion. Like, we all get angry. But the key is, what do you do with your anger? If you allow the anger to fester and grow, anger turns now into rage and wrath and violence, and you could end up hurting yourself or someone else. So anger, again, can be natural, but if you don't control it, if you don't manage it, if you don't get rid of it, anger may cause you to make some very, very bad decisions, bad choices that, again, can really impact your life in such a negative way. And the other thing is just feeling deprived. With social media, so many people do present well and kind of put the best of them on camera, which is fine. I don't knock it. But sometimes people look at what everyone else is doing and they feel like they're missing out. They feel like, they wish they had certain things and things of that nature. And because they feel that they are lacking and they feel like they don't have these certain things, that can lead to a feeling of anger. You see everyone with pictures with friends and family, and you may not have that type of support. You begin to feel lonely. So all of these type of feelings and emotions can lead to negativity. And I did this video just so that we are aware of those emotions and that we can check them, we can correct them. And one of the ways to do it, as I said before, don't allow your emotions to supersede your intelligence. So when it comes to loneliness, for an example, just think to yourself, what, I'm not going to always be lonely. I'm not going to always be lonely. Right now I may feel like that, but what can I do healthy, productive? And if I am going to connect with someone, who is the best person to connect with right now? I could be honest, I've had times, lonely, may feel alone, but I seek God. I start praying, worshiping, I get into the word, and I feel good. Like my mind changed, the atmosphere changes. It's a beautiful feeling when I feel the presence of God. That works for me. Everyone got to choose their route, but just remember, you're not going to be lonely forever. And if you make the right moves, the right decisions, choices, if you have the right attitude, right spirit, you'll be able to attract some good people in your life. So don't let the feeling of loneliness take you out, put you around bad company and do wrong things. Again, just refocus and do whatever you can that's positive. Do whatever you can that's motivational. Do whatever you can that's going to help build your life in a productive way. Again, with anger, natural emotion, but you got to think consequentially. Like, if I use this anger, what is it going to do for me? You know, if I'm feeling violent, angry, I feel like cursing somebody out, I feel like putting hands on somebody, you know, whatever it may be, you just got to think to yourself, you know, if I do this, what's really going to be the results? And when you start having this consequential thinking, you begin to check your anger. Again, with anger, another thing with me, I pray. I bring it to God. I rethink things because I know I'm one that can move pretty fast. And if I get upset, you know, I'm capable of doing some things that I, you know, may regret. So I have to constantly think for myself and don't respond to negativity. And that's easier said than done, but it can be done. And when you do it enough, it almost becomes natural. Just like anger is natural, you can also naturally reject negativity. You can naturally reject things that's no good for you. You do it enough, you naturally just go against that. You naturally don't engage in that. So it's something that you got to practice and you'll feel better. And then again, with feeling deprived, listen, all of our lives are different. You know, the way we grew up, our environments was different. Our gifts, our talents is different. You know, our economic, financial status is different. So don't judge yourself or compare yourself to others. You know, success has nothing to do with measuring yourself to another person. Success is about you being the best you. Success is about you doing all that you can do. Success is you reaching your goal. Success is doing what you said that you were going to do. That is success. It has nothing to do with, you know, money, finances, and things like that. Now, to some people, it may mean that, and that's what it means to you, then fine, you know, shoot for it. But again, I know many people with money and they're not happy. And people will try to argue that and say, oh, no, no, no. But again, I know real people, they'll confess out their mouth that they had the money, cars, boats, land, but was very unhappy, very stressful, and just all type of other issues. So what I'm saying is that money ain't the answer to all things. But again, money is good. It could be useful, you know, I get it. But don't bet or base your whole life on money. Like, don't think money is the all and all, because I swear to you, I promise you, it's not. But again, it can be very, very helpful. Again, you can use it to make transactions, to buy things, to help people. So again, I'm not making money a bad thing. That's not what I'm trying to do. But I do know that a lot of people worship money, and I know that money is a lot of people God. And I know that without money, a lot of people feel bad and they feel down and they feel stressed and they feel depressed. I remember there was a saying that men make money and money don't make men. And I find today things is a lot different, that people, when they don't have money, they don't feel like a man, or they don't feel strong as a woman. But again, to each their own. My main thing is this: you don't feel deprived, don't feel left out because you're not living a life like someone else is living a life. You got to live your best life. You got to work with what you have. Again, you got to do what you can do. Too many times, again, we focus on what other people have, what other people doing, and that's not important. What's important is you doing what you can do. And listen, I practice what I preach. Even me, there's some things that I'm working on and I'm doing, and I tell myself pretty much daily, you know, when my mind starts shifting, I say, listen, brother, do what you can do today. You know, you may want to do this, you may want to do that. We're working towards that. But right now, today, instead of worrying about all the things you want to do, all the things you wish to do what you can do. And when I do what I can do, it's a productive day. And if I keep doing what I can do, before you know it, I'm doing those other things, because now I build, I've grown, I got to the level where I can now do even some extra things. If you like what you heard, please hit the like button. Please share this with others. Change your thinking. change your life, change your mentality, change your reality, and let's have a dominance mentality. Peace and blessings.